Okay, welcome to Wrestling Travel Pay-Per-View Review. Is that the name we're going to go with, Brittani Nikole?
I like review, and like I said, like it's kitschy. I like it. The review. Wrestling
Pay-per-view?
Travel review.
Review.
Review. We're gonna 3 hours.
Well, no, I'm just wondering if we could go pay-per-view review.
Yeah. Wrestling Travel Pay-Per-View Review.
It's
Jazz
perfect. And jazz hands.
Yes, that's horrible jazz hands. We're gonna work on your jazz hands.
I gotta, everybody has a starting point. So here we are, Money in the Bank 2020. Happy Mother's Day, by the way.
I'm not a mom, but thank you.
You have a cat. I believe that counts.
I do. Oh, I have 2 cats. I'm a mother to 2 fur babies.
Yeah,
2 little fur babies.
I'm wishing you happy Mother's Day. You're saying you're not a mother. I know 2 felines that would be very upset had they heard that.
Aw, that's so sweet. Yes, and happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there, and to my mom, of course.
Yes, absolutely. So we're talking Money in the Bank 2020.
Yes.
What we're gonna do is we can review the whole show. You and I could sit here and talk for an hour and a half, but who wants to sit through another?
No one wants that. I don't even want that.
I hear you. So we're gonna go through our top 3 moments or top 3 things about the pay-per-view, and we'll see where we agree, where we disagree.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm so excited. I do love that you're wearing the yellow now and I'm wearing the green because you're Hulkamania. I'm not Hulkamania out, but it's, yellow and green is the Money in the Bank colors, and I did my makeup green and yellow inspired for Money in the Bank. So I went all out for this one because I actually was really excited for this Money in the Bank. I mean, no, there was no fans, and yes, like it was filmed in 2 different locations, and like some was live, some was pre-taped, but like it was so okay. I'll let you start with your number 3 because I'm just over here just excited.
Well, I'll give you my first thoughts. I know I spoke with you earlier, and for some reason, I did not know that I thought the entire thing was going to be live in Stamford. Like I didn't know the Performance Center, and I actually didn't realize, my bad, everybody's going to yell at me. I didn't realize that they had pre-taped the
I don't know if they did it. I don't know if they said it out. I don't know if they said it out loud, really, but I mean, like, obviously, like, it was pre-taped. So I don't know if they told everyone it was pre-taped, but they did. I know that some photos and stuff leaked of Vince doing the stunt off of the tower and everything, because he did it himself to show them that it's safe to be thrown off the tower and whatnot. So I don't know if, like, it was a known thing, but, it was.
Nobody told me.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So I'm talking to you earlier in the day going, man, how cool would it be if we got a snowstorm and stuff? And you're probably going, bro. So I'll start off with my number 3, and there was a lot. I'm going to preface this. There's a lot of people that are not happy with the state of wrestling right now without the fans. There's a lot of people that I'm a traditionalist. I know I am. I'm a big AWA guy. And I know some of these cinematography type matches are not everybody's cup of tea, and they're normally not mine. But I put myself in this 2020 mindset of the world is different right now. And I have to realize that. So I was thoroughly entertained by what they brought to us. But my number 3 is not a specific match per se. R-Truth is the most entertaining thing. And it's been for a while.
Yes.
I mean, I wouldn't say most entertaining, but he pops me all the time with everything he does. In fact, I tweeted the thing that really got me tonight was when Bobby Lashley came to the ring and told MVP to take the night off. And Truth's like, all right, Bobby, I'm gonna take the night off too. Thanks, Bobby, and starts walking away. I don't know why, but
he is so amazing, and he does so much. I mean, a lot of the stuff Vince just lets him run with. He's allowed to do basically whatever he wants. He's allowed to say whatever he wants because he's he's so good at what he does, and you never know what's going to come out of his mouth. And I think that is a perfect number 3, because I love anything that comes out of his mouth. I love anything that he does, anything that R-Truth is in. Like, I was so happy to see that he was in this, because I was like, I didn't count him to be in this pay-per-view at all.
Yeah, and the thing I like about him is he's poking fun at the whole no audience thing completely without actually breaking that fourth wall. He's kind of making fun of it and all the time, and he's entertaining. So if you're not willing to buy into all of this, you might look at that like, what is he doing? But if he's given that wink, that proverbial wink, and if you're in on it and you go with it, it's hilarious.
Exactly. Yeah. That is a good number 3, sir. Way to kick off the pay-per-view review.
Pay-per-view review. All right. I'm anxious to hear your number 3.
So my number 3 actually is a match that I talked with you earlier that you didn't watch.
Part of it.
All because you took a phone call from a certain nephew that is turning 3 years old tomorrow. I'm going to play heel and be like, couldn't you have called him on his actual birthday tomorrow? When he's 3, when he turns 3 and is more coherent to talk to you on the phone. He's 2. What did you talk to him about?
He was getting his hair cut, and he just FaceTimed me, and it kept FaceTiming over and over, so I hit accept. Yeah, it's hard to turn heel on a 3-year-old, almost 3-year-old. So
right, okay, I'm sorry. Well, happy birthday to him, also. By the way, I'll be sweet about that. But it was Tamina and Bailey with Sasha Banks. I love Tamina. I think Tamina should get a little bit of a push before she goes out of this business, because, I mean, she's a mom, she's older, she doesn't really need to do this any longer, and she's still coming out here and paying homage to the Snooker family and giving it her all and just having fun doing this wrestling business that we love. And it was a good match. I love heel Bailey, and to see her go against still heel Tamina. I mean, Tamina's always going to be mean. It's regardless, like, no matter if she's trying to be nice. And her promos, those promos that they've been doing lately with her in that like happy little background, and all that stuff has been so hilarious. It's been really great. All the little emojis they use and the little gifs and everything. And like, that's been really entertaining. So yeah, that was a good match. And at one point, Bailey flew across the commentary table so hard, like the momentum that they threw each other, like she just went over, missed the table, hit the chairs, and just landed. And I love Cole and Corey commentating, and just Corey was like, why didn't you catch her, Cole? It's so great. That's another added bonus of all of these pay-per-views, is getting that kind of commentary comedy, as it were. And so yeah, that's my number 3 is Tamina and Bailey. And for all of you Tamina haters out there, like, she's doing the business that she loves, so find what makes you happy.
Now, off camera, we did discuss how much of a fan I am of Tamina, so yes. I just want to make sure you're not throwing me under the Tamina hater bus, because I'm a Tamina fan.
Yes, he did say that he loves Tamina, but I don't know if it was because I just kept staring at him evilly, but
no. That was partially, but fantastic. And as far as the commentator comedy, I know we posted on Wrestling Travel after WrestleMania when Bailey got thrown out of the ring and Cole said something and she responded right to him and the cameras caught it. It's just these little things that are just hilarious, and like I said,
and I feel like that's one good thing about, like, not a good thing about not having an audience, but that's one good thing that's come out of this whole non-audience thing, is that literally they can hear you. Like for Elevate, we just recently filmed some close set filmings because obviously we can't have an audience. So we had a small group of wrestlers and I was on commentary, and they could hear us. And it was so weird that they could hear us, because then they were reacting as well. And it's like, it was such a different, it is strange, but it was also challenging and fun at the same time to do, because it added more to the story with them being able to actually hear what's being said about them.
Yeah, 100%. And my prediction for this is, while we may be losing people watching wrestling right now, once things get back to a normal state where we have fans, I do believe this time is going to be looked back upon by fans, and you're going to see people on Twitter pulling clips out of this time, and look how entertaining that actually was for the time. And I think we're going to be appreciative. Appreciative? Appreciative.
Yeah, no, that's a word.
I know, but I was like overpronouncing. But I think we're going to really think, hey, we missed a lot during this. We're going to be more appreciative of this time after it's passed, and be able to go back and look at it and go, hey, there were some really cool things that were done here.
Agreed.
Both on every company that's running right now without an audience. Okay, I guess it's time for my number 2. It
Number
is
2.
the tag team match that was on the kickoff show. The New Day, Miz and Morrison, Lucha House Party.
Hey, ho, ho.
Forgotten Sons. And am I forgetting anybody else? I don't think so.
No, you got the Forgotten Sons in there.
Yeah.
New Day, Miz and Morrison.
Miz and Morrison. Lucha
House Party.
And the Forgotten Sons. Perfect.
I really wish you would have named all 3 and then forgot the Forgotten Sons, though.
We got to work on our shtick. We got to. It's our first show together as co-hosts. By the way, I love having a co-host. This is fantastic.
Oh, this is so great. I'm your co-host.
And I'm your co-host.
Oh, I have a co-host.
See, nobody has the lead here. So, but I love that match. I love the storytelling that you get. And I love what I really set it off is everybody is in the corner. 2 guys are in the ring. So you've got, 6 guys on the outside shouting encouragement and really getting into it. So it gave me that live audience feel that I was missing. And I heard a lot. It was great. And I thought it was well done.
Oh, yeah.
I thought the flow was really good. I thought it was just a great, I was entertained.
Grand Metalik was very entertaining.
We didn't talk about this.
Actually Grand Metalik.
Yeah. We didn't talk about this off camera, but one of my points was those guys, how long has Lucha House Party been mid-carding it, if nothing else, around the WWE, and they're entertaining. They can give everybody a good match.
Oh, Lindsay
almost
is
like
fantastic.
Tamina. Let's give these guys a little push, I say.
Yeah. I think Lindsay Dorado needs, I think he needs a push. I really think Lindsay deserves a push. I don't think Grand Metalik is even looking for a push. I don't think he's in that kind of frame. He's there as more of an enhancement kind of guy, but he worked his butt off tonight to entertain. He really did. It was the most in-ring action I've seen him have by himself.
Which one walks the rope?
Metalik.
It's cool. Every time I see it, it's cool. Because it's not the Undertaker.
I think Lindsay does too, but you're
holding the hand.
Yeah.
But whoever did it tonight,
yeah,
impressive.
Yeah, I mean they're so good, and I mean I really wish I'm waiting for the Forgotten Sons to grow on me, much like the Street Profits grew on me. Because I will say, when I first started watching, when the Street Profits first came to NXT, I hated them. I will say it on camera. I hated them. I hated them. I just didn't like them. I was like, I hate this gimmick. This is horrible. This is so annoying. I love them. Now I love them. I started, they wooed me. They brought me to their side. I fell in love. They turned me, and it is fantastic. So now I love the Street Profits, and I've loved the Street Profits since they were in NXT, not when they came up to main roster, but I started to grow to love them in NXT. And so I'm waiting for the Forgotten Sons to do that for me. I don't know if it'll happen, but everybody else was entertaining in that match. I just don't think the Forgotten Sons for some reason.
They'll grow on you.
I think they will. Yeah. That's the thing is, like, I love all wrestlers. I love all wrestling. Like, I find something good about all of them, because I don't like the negative shows that come out and just complain about everything that's going on in the wrestling world. So I try to find a positive. So I'm just waiting for that moment to strike and for me to be like, that's it. I love that they do. So I'm waiting for that moment.
Right. And you realize that we are a very positive, you and I, towards everything going on. So we got to be ready for our thumbs down and our negative comments. Because people, which is great. This is what I love about the business is everybody is entitled to an opinion. Exactly. Just like you were at the Street Profits, she hasn't quite grown on me yet, but I have a hard time with Bianca Belair.
Oh, see, you're going to love her. See, I love Bianca just for the sheer fact that, one, she's literally homegrown, developed from. We're getting off a Money in the Bank topic.
I know, sorry,
but whatever. Bianca deserves to be. She deserves to be talked about. She is homegrown from the WWE. She didn't wrestle until she was in WWE. She is bloomed from them. She is an athlete. She makes all of her own ring gear. She makes it from head to toe. She sews all of it. She rhinestones all of it. She does all of it. She can do anything and everything, and I love her.
She's starting to grow on me, and I don't have a very good reason for why I didn't buy into her right away in NXT, and right. I didn't. It just was the long ponytail, I think, maybe.
Dude, if you ever get hit with one of those, they hurt.
Right, but here's where I have an issue with it is if I was in the ring, that's the first thing I'm grabbing.
Yeah. That still has always been my thing of, like, why hasn't anyone just, like, but then again, also, if you did that, it's going to come off. Just letting you know.
Okay, yeah. It's true. So I don't hate her. It's just taking me a while to warm up to her. I mean, I'm like you. I'm waiting for that one thing that goes bam. Because usually I've been late on a lot of things. A new song comes out, like, I don't know, Who's Zoomin' Who by Aretha Franklin, which I think should be our official theme song. If the estate of Aretha Franklin will have it, we can do Who's Zoomin' Who with Brittany and Justin and JC. But, I'm usually late on, though. A new song comes out and I hear it once. So you used to get, like, when you would buy a new CD back in those days. I don't know if you ever had those days, Brittany, because I'm so much older than you. But you would play your CD and go, yeah. And then after a while, the songs would grow on you, and then you're into it. And, like, where was I this first time?
All right, review number 2, or I should do number 2, right? That's my number 2.
Yes. And I want to say before we got off on a tangent, I want to say great work by everybody here. I love Miz and Morrison.
Yes.
The New Day, they're like the New England Patriots. People are gonna be like, oh, well, somebody else needs that. No, they're Big E, Kofi.
They're everything. They're everything.
Xavier Wood, they're fantastic. So yes, let's see your number 2.
My number 2 is also two people people have a love-hate relationship. I mean, one person they hate and one person they love, which is Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre. I love Drew McIntyre.
Easy.
Drew McIntyre he deserves this push. He deserves this run. And obviously we all knew, or we were fingers crossed, because you never know what's going to happen in WWE. They could just throw a curveball on you. They don't know. I was hoping that they wouldn't give it away when they're not allowed to have an audience yet, because Drew deserves that homecoming. Drew deserves that crowd roar. He deserves to come out and be champion to an arena packed full of people. And I'm just so happy of where he's come from and come back. And I'm so happy to see Seth do all of the things he does. I mean, he's got a new t-shirt out every single Raw, I think, that comes on. I think he has a new t-shirt. I've known fans and friends of mine who have, like, had a t-shirt of his, like, bought it on the WWE site, and then literally the following week he comes back and there's a new t-shirt and they haven't even gotten theirs in the mail yet.
Wow.
And so,
like, am I right or wrong? New theme music tonight?
Yeah, I think it was new theme music, and I think it was Wrestling Travel that posted on Twitter. If you want to follow Wrestling Travel on Twitter, hashtag
And on
plug,
YouTube.
and on YouTube.
And
They posted that it should be accompanied by a choir. And I thought, oh my goodness, you could do it like Sister Act style. Like
there you go.
A choir. I really hope that he keeps this thing all the way till next WrestleMania, because a choir for a WrestleMania entrance for him as the Monday Night Messiah, like the cinematic beauty of it all is just, it makes me so happy. I want to be there live just for that moment. If that movie doesn't happen, I'll just riot. I'll just burn something. I don't know. I'll burn it down.
You'll burn it down.
But, finger guns.
See what you did there. But great match. Two
yes,
fantastic athletes. Two great workers.
Oh, so hard hitting, and Drew's chops. Ugh, they hurt to hear. It's just so good. So good. That's my number 2 for sure. And the only reason I didn't make number 1 is because of the obvious number 1.
Right. Yeah, just a bang bang finish there, back and forth. At the end of that match. I'm with you on that.
Yay, Drew.
Yay, Drew. Yay, Seth. A great job. Well, we talked a little. I hate to pull the curtain back from behind the scenes here, but
I can't put mine's too far away from my arms. My arms just.
What I'm doing is revealing that we did talk prior to this, and we both agreed on our number 1. So the number 1 highlight of this was actually the Money in the Bank match itself. So many first-time things, so much to talk about in this match.
Oh, so much.
First time the matches, the guys and the girls are going at the same time, which was awesome. The first time, obviously, in Stamford at the corporate. And the first time on the roof. I mean, this had everything. Now, a lot of people are not going to like it because, like I said at the beginning, it's very not traditional, this cinematic matches, but it is 2020. We are in the middle of a pandemic that entertained the hell out of me. That did exactly what they wanted. And WWE has been hiring TV writers. And guess what? They look like a genius for having those TV writers for times like these. What are your thoughts?
I agree 100%. The fact that it was the men and the women together, I got so excited about that because I knew that it was going to come to a head where they were going to meet each other and go after each other. And the only thing missing, they had music in the background going on, which was great. They didn't have any commentary, which was different. Like the fact that there was no commentary, like I didn't realize it until like halfway through, and I was like, wait a second, I'm missing the weird talking voices. What's going on here? And it was no comment, but I didn't mind that. It was okay. It didn't need commentary. The commentary in itself was all of the talking and the yelling and the laughing and the going on and the food fight and the cameos, like Brother Love, Paul Heyman, John Laurinaitis. Like, I mean,
Vince McMahon.
That was hilarious. Stephanie McMahon. You know, it was so good. The only thing I think missing was like some Benny Hill music at some points, like dun 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 dun. Like it just needed that when they were like running into the elevator, and like Asuka sold that, man. When she started off on top and she just ran around it was so good. Like it had the funny moments, it had your hard hitting moments, it had like, how are they going to actually get to the roof? And then when they got to the roof, two people, Aleister Black and Rey Mysterio, got thrown over corporate roof and fell to their deaths probably at some point. I don't know if they're going on vacation or like, okay, well they died for a while. AJ Styles like now has some weird Undertaker trauma that we've really found out about. Dana Brooke got her hands on a bunch of money and then was like upset about it. And I was like, girl, just take that money and be like, okay, bye. Like, I don't need the money in the bank contract.
I'm going to guarantee you that they used one take at the end where they were running, where the guy was mopping. I was waiting for everybody to fall on her ass, and she took a digger and a half, and it looked like she banged her head. Dana Brooke did pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, whew. And that's why I was like, okay, we didn't see her anymore after that, because I guarantee that was probably, hey, I'll do it. We got that take, and she kind of, you've done that where you, at least I have.
She was like, I'm out, done,
bang.
Bye.
As much as you want to tuck your chin, sometimes you just don't.
Oh, no, sometimes you can't. Sometimes
Yeah.
you can't tuck your chin. Sometimes your neck just goes back and your head just hits. It's just, I really loved the ending. I love that Asuka got the Money in the Bank, and I loved the ending for the men, the Otis. I love Otis. Otis is a sweet baby angel sent to us
from Wisconsin,
from above, and I'm just so happy. You know, he's perfect. He's perfect.
You know, him and I have a similar look. I don't know if you noticed that. So anything that, you know, Otis can only
well, if I looked anything like Mandy Rose, I'd be happy. So
well, and you know, it's just something about us guys out there that we're quarantining. We're doing our part to save lives by not exercising and eating a whole lot. So we're going to come out. It's just nice that Otis is that sex symbol that you ladies are seeing on TV. So when we come out of hiding, you guys are already prepared for us. So.
Right? We're ready. We're ready. It's so good. I loved it. And I know people are going to complain about it, and people are not going to like the way it was filmed and yada, yada, yada. And I'm sure you can pick it apart, you know, all different ways. But it did its job. It entertained. And that's what wrestling is to entertain. And
sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Huh?
I was going to say, you and I could right now pick that apart. But we're both of the same mind of why would we? We were entertained.
Yeah.
I love the idea that WWE headquarters has Paul Heyman living in it, you know, Brother Love, just that whole kind of fantasy cartoon land type of thing, that everything still exists right here at the headquarters. You're right. And
also,
now,
there's a gym at the headquarters.
That gym I've seen that on other things. I still love that it has the neon.
Yeah.
Around the top. It's so cool.
You know, it'd be smart. I mean, if WWE needs money, you know how they sell like tour packages for like NBC studios and stuff in New York and all that kind of stuff? Stamford should do tours, like walking tours, like that fans can go and buy and do walkthrough tours of the.
Oh, we froze up here. Are we having technical difficulties on our first? Who's zooming who? I don't. Hopefully this is recording, because you have such a sad look on your face, which is appropriate since we froze up. Oh, there we go. We're back.
There we go. You're back.
Oh, I was gonna say we froze up, and I was saying I'm hoping it's still recording, because you had such a sad look on your face.
Oh, did I?
Up. Yeah, you just. But yeah, I agree. I think the reason that they don't, because they actually do a business out of that headquarters, and I think the fact that now, how do I say this with politically correct? I think the chances of a crazy lunatic, you know, how many times have you've heard the stories where they've called up, a crazy fan has called up, and I can't believe, because some people do, and it's real life.
Yep.
That some people have a problem, you know, differentiating reality and fantasy, and I think maybe that's. But yeah, I would take a tour in a heartbeat. In fact, I've gotten my picture taken outside of the building just because. Why not?
I want to go so bad.
So maybe if they're watching this, and if they have anything to do with getting the rights to Who's Zooming Who by Aretha Franklin, maybe we could do like a package deal.
Right. Yeah. Get us the rights to Who's Zooming Who by Aretha Franklin. We'll take some pictures in front of the building. I don't know.
We'll sign some autographs. Me and you versus Otis and Mandy. I mean, we'll do all.
Yeah, let's do it.
Why not? I mean,
you know, my in-ring skills are literally consist of just knowing how to lock up and chain, right? That's it. That's all I got.
Hey, maybe we'll do a cinematography type of match.
Oh, I could do that.
There you go.
I'm good at faking it.
So yeah, in closing, I'm gonna, it's our first show. I'm gonna give this. We don't have a rating system, but if I had
Yeah,
to go
well, we're
1
not.
out of 10 or A, B, C, D, this is a solid B for me. Only because I want room to grow. I was entertained.
Right.
I'm like everybody else. I don't like the wrestling without the audience. I don't like it. But this is the cards we're dealt, and with what
Right.
we're dealt, they did a great job.
And I agree. And yeah, I want fans to be there, but the fact they can't have fans and the fact that they're still carrying on means something, because it's something that we all need. Like, people complain that WrestleMania happened without fans. I needed that. I needed to see WrestleMania. Especially during the very beginnings of this pandemic, when we're all trapped in this house, like in our houses and everything, and didn't know what heads or tails, light at the end of the tunnel, when it was going to end, when it's going to end. We still don't. But I think this is the stuff we need, and I think they're very smart to find a way to do it without an audience and still make it entertaining. So I'm gonna give it I really want to give it an A minus, B plus. I'm in between there. It could go either way because I do want room to grow, like you said. So I'm just a really sickeningly positive person about wrestling. Sometimes I got to get off of Twitter because I really want to post stuff on people that complain. Like, people are like, why do they even bring Shayna Baszler into this if they're not going to have her? Why even? I'm like, dude, they brought her in to wrestle. They bring everyone in to wrestle. That's why they bring them in for. They bring them in to wrestle. Not,
Yeah.
it's just enjoy it.
And
Stop raining on my parade.
Right. I know people are going to rain on the Bray Wyatt parade, that how he was just a force from SummerSlam on, and now he's got a couple losses in there, but the train keeps moving, and everybody that we, how do I say it? Everybody that we love eventually loses, and everybody that loses eventually we love or we have respect for, and that's just the way it's got to be looked at. I refuse to be somebody that will crap on this product. They are providing us with entertainment, and they are out there. They're out there giving it. They're all, even in front of nobody.
Yeah.
It's
and that's the thing, is they're giving it their all in front of nobody, and that is hard. If you're not a wrestler, if you're not in the entertainment business at whatsoever, it is awkward to do anything in silence. But try to entertain in silence. Try to do your job that involves you needing to feed off of an audience and feed off of a crowd. Try doing that in silence and still keeping that momentum. It is so difficult, and you got to give it up to all of these wrestlers who are doing it, because it is very difficult to do. Like, I mean, it's awkward to do anything in silence. I mean,
not sure where we're going there, but
I mean, it's it's awkward. It's awkward to do anything in silence. I mean, try it. Try doing anything that involves noise making in silence. It's weird.
Yes.
Experiment.
I agree. I agree, and I'm not trying to. Case in point, Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. Okay, now jumping off the sign is one thing, that adrenaline that you get from the crowd. But to do that, I think that takes. You're not giving him enough credit if you don't realize, hey, there was no crowd energy surge, that was all him, balls to the wall. Yeah. And I've always loved Kevin, and I always will, because he's just he's entertaining, and he's been entertaining since even before.
Kevin's so good. I can't wait for the next pay-per-view. I can't wait for Raw. Raw's gonna be good.
5 weeks. We gotta wait for a pay-per-view.
Oh,
so
man.
Looks like tomorrow night we've got Asuka and Becky Lynch.
Yeah, Becky's gonna confront the Money in the Bank winner.
Right. And then there's one thing, I know you love to make fun of my age, but I want to let you know that on Tuesday there's going to be on FX1. I saw advertised there was this event that happened before you were born, Brittany.
Really? What was it?
It was called WrestleMania 3, and there was these guys. there was this guy named Hulk Hogan who
Okay.
wrestled this guy named Andre the Giant. That was the main
Really? Was
event.
he a giant?
He was a big boy. And
Was he?
there was a guy named Randy Macho Man Savage who defended his Intercontinental.
Why was his name so long?
Well, it was different times, young lady.
What did he eat? Did he eat Slim Jims?
He snapped into a Slim Jim or two. Yeah, not at that time though.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm just happy that they're doing a WrestleMania 3 because to me, that does stand the test of time. That if you're a child growing up right now, I just think about how awesome that is, because if I had a kid, boy or a girl, me being a wrestling fan at that time, being 12 or whatever it was when it's on, being able to share that experience and watch it again on free TV, because I remember the time when those came out, well, cable TV, I guess, that everything was going to be pay-per-view and that's it. Now I know you can watch it on the network, but a lot of people at this time might not have the network because they couldn't afford it, or may have had to cancel the network for whatever reason. So being able to see that on FX1, I believe on Tuesday, is going to be kind of cool.
Oh, it's going to be so good. And WrestleMania 3 is such an amazing WrestleMania. Before this past WrestleMania, I binge watched almost every WrestleMania from start to finish. I think I got to WrestleMania 26 before this WrestleMania. So that was a lot of watching, but it was very entertaining. And like almost every Saturday morning we watch Saturday morning wrestling. So I'll watch that because I have the network. So I'll turn on like old school, whatever's, I'll just watch some old wrestling because I do enjoy that. And because I love our history. I love the history of wrestling. Dusty Rhodes and Roddy Piper and Rick Rude are like my 3 top favorites when it comes to that. So that's what I do. So yeah, I'm really excited about the FS1 thing. I'm excited that they're bringing it into, again, this also gets wrestling fans who maybe are not wrestling fans anymore, but used to be when they were kids, when WrestleMania 3 was around, and maybe now they'll watch it with their little ones and turn them on to wrestling and just start the cycle all over again.
Right. And how many times have you, and I know we're going way longer than we wanted to, but
sorry, y'all, this is our first show. We just wanted to ramble to you guys. Also, we got really excited.
Rambling on and on. Hopefully we're a bit mildly entertaining, but
my hands could disappear.
How many times when you rewatch WrestleManias are you picking up on stuff that you may have missed that first time, and just,
yes,
like I said, that's why I think this crowdless period that we're going through. I know there's a 30 for 30 being made about sports in general with this pandemic, but there's almost a serious documentary to be made about pro wrestling, which I think would be fantastic to give it like that, almost that Ken Burns treatment. Now I know I'm going way off tangent, just on not just the WWE, AEW, but the independents.
Ken Burns, I know you're listening to this, so I know that you should totally. He's still alive, right?
He is. He's probably not going to listen to anything you said after that. But
Ken Burns, I know you're listening. I just know he's made a lot of stuff. I didn't know how old he was. If you're listening, you should definitely jump on this, and we'll be taking our 10% on the back end. Thanks.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'll be taking 9%. I did not ask if you were still alive, Mr. Burns. I just want to point that out. But it almost deserves some type of treatment from the indies on the way up. Now you are very new with us. We are very happy to have you on the team. But Wrestling Travels, since I've been with it, we have we finally got some better looks on the team. We have been all about bringing the fan that experience of going to a major event, but along the way, we have always wanted to help out the independents and everybody that can. In fact, with our lockdown sessions that you and I are trading off on, it's a great time.
Yeah.
Give these guys a platform to talk about, hey, I got some shirts for sale. I love watching the one you did with Zicky Dice. I got to know Zicky Dice a little bit better. You guys had great chemistry.
That was so good.
Yeah, and you guys left me wanting more, and now I know man, if I'm ever near anywhere where Zicky Dice is at, he's not a very good example because he's got prominence being with the NWA. But some of the guys that I've interviewed that were small town independent guys, like, I've never heard of this guy, but now I got a 20-minute conversation to watch. Hey, I'm going to check this guy out after the ban is lifted. And here's a couple guys that are coming to my hometown. And that's what Wrestling Travel wants to do. That's what we've been doing. I forget Ken Burns' documentary, Wrestling Travel, Helping Wrestling, I guess was my points there.
Yeah. Wrestling Travel, Helping Wrestling, pay-per-view review.
You know what I love about having a co-host is that, you know what? No matter what each one of us says, we just back each other up. No matter what.
I'm all for it. Like whatever you say, as long as it's positive, I'm just gonna cheer you on. I'm like, I need pom poms. I'm like, just speak your truth.
I had your back. I had your back up until you insinuated that Ken Burns might not be alive.
Look, you never know. I mean, look.
True. So wrapping up, we've got a great Money in the Bank pay-per-view. Going forward on our reviews, we are going to review, hopefully weekly, just the world of wrestling, what's going on everywhere. We are going to try not to ramble on incoherently.
Yes, no, we're going to have structure, but this is the first one.
This is the first one. We've got virtual backgrounds. We pulled the curtain. At least I did. And
I'll lose my arm.
We're always hoping that you hit the like button, but more importantly, if you hit the subscribe button, because we have a lot of really cool content coming up.
They're like there and there and there and there. Don't hit the thumbs down. It's like in the middle of those two.
Yeah. What? Give us a comment.
Yeah.
Don't comment on about how long we rambled on because we're aware of that.
But comment about like what you want for our weekly if we're going to discuss wrestling, like what weekly shows you want us to mainly talk about. Like obviously like Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. Do you want to hear more about AEW? Do you want to hear about NWA Power? Do you want to hear about Impact? Do you want to hear about Ring of Honor? Do you want to hear about what else is going on during the week? I mean, there's tons. Like, please tell us if there's some kind of hidden gems going on throughout the week. Like, let us know. We'll look it up and figure out what to do with it.
Absolutely. And obviously we're a company from the United Kingdom, so there's Brit Wrestling to watch.
Yeah.
I know everybody
Brit Wrestling.
They're very excited to have a champion from Scotland, just as we are very excited as always.
I'm very excited to have that champion
from Wisconsin in Braun Strowman.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Money in the Bank winner from Wisconsin in Otis. I mean, it's just we
need to get somebody from New Orleans on the main roster.
I was slowly walking into heel territory there by going, Wisconsin. They're going to be like, the big guy that looks like he's got the Otis belly going on.
Wisconsin. Represent Wisconsin.
So, no, wrestling is fun. We need to remember that during these times. These times are not going to last.
Can that be a hashtag? Hashtag wrestling is fun.
Let's do it. I would love to see a hashtag wrestling is fun crop top on my co-host.
I'm wearing barely a top.
Which
see through.
I'm very much hoping that attracts some viewership. Because if it does, then I will be wearing a sheer top next week. So
yes,
whatever we can do.
Twinsies.
Twinsies. So I guess signing off for our pay-per-view review. I'm Jason.
Yes. I'm Brittani Nikole.
And we'll see you next week on this YouTube channel that you're going to subscribe to. And tell all your
Wrestling
friends.
Travels pay-per-view review.